Our first guest this evening is a sports broadcaster who has brought us the drama of the Six Nations finals into the heart of the athlete experience at the Olympics. And she's well able to keep Marty Morrissey in check on the sidelines of Croke Park on All-Ireland Day.
Absolutely. No better woman now. Jackie Hurley really can do it all. And looking for us, she's taking time out of preparing for the Paris Games to spend the evening with us. Jackie, you're very welcome to the 6 o'clock show. And Jackie, hello. Are you feeling the pain from yesterday's loss? Oh, Jackie.
It's a tough one to take now, you know. I was one of the ones saying, just blow it up, ref, give us another day out. Wouldn't it have been great? But what a magnificent final. It was some occasion, it really was. And credit to Claire. I know you've had a great run at it in Limerick over the last couple of years. Yeah. You have to give your neighbours a go at it this time, and hopefully the next time you can give it to us then. I'd be fine with that, you know.
Well, you mentioned it there, like there were many people hoping it would go into a replay, despite Claire winning in the end. Why do you think so many people were eager to see it again?
Do you know, I think it's funny because a lot of people were calling originally when it would have been a replay a few years ago. People would say, finish it on the day because you can't have the banquet and there's a draw and everybody's upset about the result. I actually think the opposite now, having seen it yesterday, and not just because Cork lost, by the way. I just think when you look at what it took out of the players, the toll of them, I just think on an All-Ireland final day, for the biggest moments, having another day out wouldn't have been the worst thing of all. I just think you could see how many players were falling to the ground, how many of them were cramping and how much it was taking out of them. I'd love to have watched them go and do it again. It would have been great.
It was thrilling.
Jackie, it really was down to the last puck of the game. And of course, when Conor Lean's jersey got pulled by Robbie O'Flynn, the referee let it play on. Do you think, now call it here, it should have been a free-in?
Yeah, look, by the letter of the law, it's a free-in. But I think Robbie O'Flynn still probably might feel he could have put the ball over the bar. And I don't think Cork people will be cribbing about that's the reason that they lost the game. I think a lot of Cork people will feel that the better team won on the day. And I think in the grand scheme of things, yes, it was a foul, but I don't think anybody wants... Donald Cusack actually said it very well on the TV yesterday. He was like, I don't want that to colour the whole day. And I think that's probably the way most Cork people feel. Yeah. I would like to think that that's the way people feel.
Yeah, and referee Johnny Murphy, he did a smashing job. Now, from one All-Ireland to another, of course, we have a big weekend coming up. Galway versus Armagh promises to be a cracker of a match.
Oh, it's going to be great because, you know what? Again, yesterday, you had Clare, first one in 11 years. This time, Galway and Armagh, you're early 2000s, you know? So whoever wins on Sunday, there is just going to be magic in the air. Like, particularly when Galway won the last day, N17 came on over the speakers and it was just like a party atmosphere. Armagh have brought that to the championship all year round. And I think we're just going to get such colour, such excitement. And whoever wins, it's going to be a very, very long wait for those fans to have got their hands on the Sam Maguire. And I think it's just, there's going to be magic in the air. There's something special about the championship this year, right across the four codes. And I think we're going to get it in spades again on Sunday. I wouldn't rule out extra time in that one either, by the way.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah. I mean, it has been an exceptionally exciting summer of sport, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And I think between the Olympics coming up, you've had all the GAA, we've just come off the back of the Euros. There's just a really exciting time for the kids to be watching all this sport on TV. Like I was saying to my own children, I was like, you have no idea how lucky you are that every day you put on the television and all this spectacle is sitting there in front of you, you know? It's been incredible.
Now yourself and Des Cahill will be grilling the expert and getting their predictions on Saturday night. What can we expect?
Well, the last up for the match on Saturday night, my mother ended up singing, which was an unexpected surprise. She was delighted to see herself trending on Twitter, I think. So I don't think that's going to happen this time around. I think Des will just be glad. Oh, sure, she was delighted singing for herself. But Des was singing as well, which was good crack, and I'd say that probably won't happen this time round. But like the thing is with Up for the Match, it's one of those lovely All-Ireland traditions where you just don't know what's going to happen. Everybody's usually well up for the crack. Everybody's having a bit of a laugh. The music is brilliant. The guests that we have coming on are going to be great as well. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Jackie, you're probably not allowed to say it, right? Probably not allowed to give it away. Who would you like to see lift Sam Maguire?
I actually genuinely don't care. You might think now that this is just me not wanting to answer the question. I actually genuinely don't mind because I think for either team, they have played some phenomenal football and it's just been such a long wait for both of them. I mean,
really care. Galway have been in the running for the last few years, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And I think their win over Dublin probably, it was much like kind of Cork beating Limerick. It was just that moment that opened up the whole championship that everybody kind of thought, yeah, Galway, they're coming. but they still have to go and win the All-Ireland, you know, and Armagh are going to be very, very difficult to break down. I think the fact that there's a GAA president who's from Armagh, imagine a moment if he got to hand over the cup to his own county, his own son in the panel. You know, I think that'd be pretty special as well.
It was a great win over Kerry as well.
It was
wasn't it?
incredible. If you'd have said at the start of the year that you'd have an All-Ireland football final, no Dublin, no Kerry, an All-Ireland hurling final with no Limerick, nobody would have given you a chance for that one. Mystic Meg wouldn't have predicted that one, lads, I tell you know.
Absolutely. Now, moving on to Friday, we've got the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics. How excited are you? You're flying over next week, aren't you?
I can't wait. So I have to do up for the match Saturday, the All-Ireland final Sunday, fly to Paris then on Monday. It is just like a sports lover's dream this summer. Now, do you know what? The Olympics for me is the greatest sporting event that we have. I've always felt like just the countdown to it, this will be my fourth one. And Paris, you just know they're going to do a good job. They've done a brilliant job hosting tournaments over the years. And I just think this one is going to be special. I'm going to say it to you here, lads, I think this is going to be our most successful Olympics ever. I really do.
Absolutely, because we're sending over the biggest selection of athletes ever. 133.
Yeah. Biggest ever team and probably the best ever medal prospects ever. Because when you look at the sports, we have contentions in... I mean, it's possible that we could win medals into double digits. 6 is the most we've ever won, which was in 2012. I think we will surpass it this time. I think it's definitely possible that you could get to 10, you know. I don't know what's probable, but I think it's certainly possible. You know?
As a sports journalist and a lover of sports, I know you play basketball in Camogie as well. How do you prepare for something like this?
Sure. Some of it now, you just have to run with it. You know, when an Olympics happens, you could get sent anywhere. And that's the thing. What you have to do is just try to cover as many bases as you can, learn as much information as you can, and then on the day, just try to scramble it. Because anything can happen. Like, I remember being in Rio in 2016 and I got a phone call and they said, listen, Oliver Dingley's after making the final in the diving. How quickly can you get to that? And suddenly you're jumping on a train and you're reading, OK, what do I need to know about Olympic diving? You know, because these are not sports that you get to cover from one end of the year to the next.
Now.
And he is an absolute superstar. But I didn't really know him before that. And then I really appreciated it. I got into it and I was like, this diving is unbelievable.
You're an expert on diving.
And then everyone was like, too much splash, you know. But the thing is with the Olympics, and you'll find this, there'll be so many people at home become armchair experts in everything. And that's what the magic of the Olympics is. It brings you into something that you never get the chance to see. And suddenly you realise, I love it. And then you're counting down the years to do it again.
I mean, surely everyone's excited about Rashida.
To me, she is the poster girl of the Irish Olympic team. In the same way that Sonia O'Sullivan probably was back in the day, Katie Taylor has obviously carried the hopes of the nation. But just look at her. She just oozes this self-belief and understanding of what it means to be Irish and how she wears it so well. I just think, you know, in all of the pressure situations that she has come up in, she has delivered. She has delivered world-class performances. And Derval O'Rourke said this to me before about her. She has the potential to be the Usain Bolt of her sport. This is not just, we're not watching an Irish star here. We are watching a global star. And I think she's going to light up the Olympic Games for Ireland. I just can't wait to watch her.
Absolutely. Obviously, this is the first Olympics that crowds are allowed back in following Tokyo. Do you think that that's going to spur on the athletes?
Yeah, I do actually. And you know what? I feel for a lot of the athletes. Like Greg O'Shea works with you guys. And, you know, watching him coming back from Tokyo and having that being his one Olympic experience and none of his family were there. Think about how hard that is for him. Yeah. Somebody like Kelly Harrington winning her gold medal and turning around and none of her family being there, you know. So we were the closest people really for those athletes. And it was a lovely moment for us to have, but I'm so glad that their families now get the chance. Like, look at that moment. There we are. Like,
such a crazy time.
It was just so hard for them though. Even just to be able to sit and chat with her in that moment was lovely to get to share it with her, but you really just wanted her to have her family there. Yeah. Incidentally, that day we had the greatest sing-song ever. We were on the bus and we were coming back and we said, OK, what will we do? We went through every Lion King song that she knew and sat on the bus, went through them all and had the greatest day ever. But I'm glad for them.
When you compare it to the experience of Katie Taylor in 2012 or even Rob Heffernan, you know, the amount of support they had out there with them. Yeah. So hopefully Paris will be
well, fingers crossed. And I think the fact that it's close by, it's easy for Irish people to get to. And don't forget, the next one's in LA, the next one's in Brisbane. There won't be one in Europe for another 12 years. So
do you
get
think
to it.
the European Championships were our Olympics in terms of athletics?
Yeah, basically. And I think it probably teed up a lot of people to see what this Irish team can deliver in terms of medals and all that. So I think the European Championships was an amazing curtain raiser to what this summer is going to be for Irish people. And hopefully plenty of people go to Paris and watch them, because I think you're going to be in for a real treat.
And your kids, very lucky. They're heading down to Paris.
They are. They're going out for a week. They're going to Centre Parks on their holidays, and then they're going to go and watch some sport from there, just get the train into Paris and watch it. So they've got tickets to the athletics, to the boxing, and to some basketball, I think.
So exciting.
Oh, sure, listen.
And you'll
they're
be at
living their
everything.
dream. I'll be at everything. I'll be like, don't call me, I'm busy, but you have a great time. Yeah.
They'll be following in your footsteps in no time. Listen.
The only thing you're missing is the Lee McCarthy Cup. That's it. That's it.
for
Sorry,
bringing that
just to rub it in.
Don't rub salt into the wound. Jackie Hurley, thanks a million.
guys.
All right, you can catch Jackie alongside Des Cahill on Up for the Match this Saturday at 9:20 on RTE1.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jackie. Now, up next, Sharon Shannon talks new music, learning the guitar, and of course, reminiscing on Claire's win yesterday. Sorry about that, Jackie.
Stop right there.
We're back.